Die Hard 2 is the greatest Christmas sequel of all time. Hello everyone and welcome to For These Are My Thoughts. I'm Blake. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to For These Are My Thoughts, our goal is to help you laugh and relax. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, so make sure that you check out our For These Are My Thoughts Christmas special that's going to come out on December 19th. We are not going to have new episodes on December 26th or January 2nd. So make sure you check out the For These Are My Thoughts Christmas special. Once again, on December 19th, we're going to have some guests, going to have some fun. It's going to be a jam-packed episode with a special Christmas treat just for you. And as Christmas approaches, many of us will snuggle up with some hot cocoa and watch a movie. And last year I explained why Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and this year we need to talk about Die Hard 2. Die Hard 2 is the greatest Christmas movie sequel of all time. Let me explain why. Well, I guess first we should talk about this. If you don't think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, you need to do three things. 1, you need to reevaluate your life. 2, watch the episode right up here where I explain why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. 3, come right back to this video, because for those of us that know that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, or those of us that have seen the video from last year that we made, we are going to take everything from that episode and apply it to Die Hard 2. You see, Die Hard 2, just like the original Die Hard, is set on Christmas Eve. However, this time it's at an airport. For many people, airports are as much a part of their Christmas tradition as opening presents. I'm not sure why it's part of people's Christmas traditions, but it happens. And not only is it set in an airport, but it's set in an airport during a snowstorm. Die Hard 2 has a ton of snow in it. John McClane and his wife even kiss in the snow, just like your mom's favorite cheesy Hallmark movie. Die Hard 2 also has more Christmas references than the original Die Hard, and has the same classic Christmas story arc that you may love and come to know, where the hero saves the day, blah, 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 Christmas is restored. Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie, but let's explain why it's the greatest Christmas movie sequel. A great sequel has a few defining characteristics. First, they're able to stand on their own as a movie. A great sequel is something that you should be able to dive right into. You don't always need to watch the first movie, and it isn't strictly a continuation of the first movie's plot. Great sequels also develop the characters that you love and put them in different directions, different scenarios, and teach them something new. The characters grow in the movie. They're not just the same person through 3 movies like The Hunger Games with Katniss Everdeen. Great sequels also take the story to new places. Great sequels don't just rehash the same story, use the same exact formula from the first movie. That's what makes Terminator 2 such a great movie sequel in many people's eyes, is that it takes the formula of a chase movie, of a thriller chase movie, and flips it on its script with the Terminator becoming the good guy and fighting and chasing and running away from another Terminator. Great movie sequels change the plot around just enough to make it feel fresh, but still a little bit familiar. And many of you that maybe haven't seen Die Hard 2, or even those of us that have seen Die Hard 2, probably think a lot of times, well, it's going to be just like Die Hard 2. And yes, it does have a similar premise on the outside when you look at it at face value, right? John McClane needs to stop terrorists on Christmas Eve and save his wife in the process. That is the general plot of the movie, but there's so much more. Die Hard 2 is done in a completely different way, with new twists, developing John McClane as a character in different ways. Let's start with John McClane. So first off, he tries throughout the first Die Hard to get help and doesn't receive it. He receives help from one person, basically being Rambo with the help of one police officer on the outside. However, in Die Hard 2, John McClane knows he's going to need help and asks for it and receives it from the airport staff. This helps him grow as a character, as he knows he needs help and he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep that help together, to keep the team together, to make his life a little bit easier as he saves the day. Die Hard 2 also has one massive plot twist that really changes up the familiar formula in the movie. This is going to contain spoilers, but in the movie, John McClane ends up being aided by a Special Forces unit. But in the third act of the movie, it's revealed that the Special Forces unit is actually working with the terrorists. The first time I watched Die Hard 2 as a middle school kid, I was shocked. It's a great twist that I just ruined for you, sorry, but it is a great twist nonetheless. This is the entire point of a sequel, to spice things up, make it a little bit new for the people that watch it, and that's what Die Hard 2 does a great job of. Now I know what many of you are probably saying at home is that Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is the greatest Christmas movie sequel. And I get it, I love that movie too, but let me explain why you're wrong. Die Hard is a great movie on its own. It's a great Christmas movie on its own. Die Hard 2 is a great movie and a great Christmas movie on its own. They're both on the same level of greatness. Both movies can and do stand on their own. However, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York is far and away better than Home Alone. Not that Home Alone isn't a great movie, but it's not as good as the sequel, Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. In fact, Home Alone 2 often overshadows Home Alone 1, which again isn't a bad thing, but that's not the point of a sequel. So all of that said, Die Hard 2 is easily the greatest Christmas movie sequel of all time. So this holiday season, grab some cookies, grab some hot cocoa, grab a comfy blanket, snuggle up on the couch and watch Die Hard 2 with your family, probably not your young children, but I watched it as a young child and I turned out okay. Thank you for watching. As always, if you liked the video, if you find yourself relaxed, if you laughed at all, please consider subscribing, give us a like, follow us over on social media. Make sure that you comment the movie that you think is the greatest Christmas movie sequel below. Until next time, these are my thoughts, and I'll see you soon. Thanks again for watching. Use the circle button to subscribe to the channel and become part of the think tank. Click the left box to watch more episodes from this season of For These Are My Thoughts. Click the right box to watch a For These Are My Thoughts episode chosen just for you.